Currently in my garage. You haven't seen it in a bit, and it's kind of changed shapes and forms and utilities over the past few years, and yeah, it's kind of in a little bit of a mess. Over here, we got some bikes that we need to build. Over here, we have remnants from fixing the chainsaw. This is my pile of organized tires. Some of them don't make it to this organized pile of tires. This is a tire that's on the ground. Over there, there's some tires on the ground. There's some tires on the ground over there. Here, we have some handlebars. Here, we have another handlebar. This is a bicycle without handlebars. This is a bicycle with loose handlebars. This is a stock stem taken off a bike. This is a 5mm T-handle Allen wrench. This is where the 5mm Allen wrench should go. This is a box of parts. This is a box of parts. This is also a box of parts. This is a box of parts. This is a box of extra GT parts. This is a table of parts. This is a cat. Cookie. This is a table for chainsaw stuff, but somehow bike parts find a way onto the chainsaw bench. That is an 11mm socket. This is where the 11mm socket should live. Alright, my goal is to get these bikes built up, build up some of the bikes I need to sell, and clean up the garage. Either way, I want to restore some semblance of organization to this garage. All right, so we are now done cleaning up. As you can see, it's not perfect. There is still a little bit of mess all over the place, but that's okay. I'm okay with a little bit of a mess. I used to be more of a perfectionist, and I had to make sure everything had a place. Now I'm a little bit more pragmatic. There's always going to be things that don't have a spot to go. They just go in the doom box now. I'm okay with that. Another thing that's changed with the garage since the first iteration is the space is a lot more functional. Things have a place to go. They're easy to put in and take out. For me, practicality is the most important thing, because if it's practical and easy to do, I'm more likely to put things away where they belong. Chainsaw stuff organized by length, size, and pitch. Spare knife blades. Functional shelf and cubbies. Handlebar storage. Extra forks. Not sitting on the ground so we can sweep underneath. Sandpaper organized from coarse to less coarse. Batteries that can be taken on and off the charger with one hand. Box of stuff that we didn't know where to put. Bench top doom box. Spare wheel holders. So at this point, there's only a few things left to do. Fix up the bikes that aren't fixed and build up the bikes that aren't built. Alright, as you can see, the bike is done. It's done. I've done basically everything I need to do. Just need to do like some tire pressures and like shock pressures and all that stuff. But this thing's good to go, and tomorrow we are headed to Highland for the first bike park trip of the year. I'm just going to be bedding in my brakes this lap, so I'm going to be running in quite a bit.
Okay, cool.
This is Haley's force. This is Haley's sensor. This is my sensor. This is Haley's e-bike. This is my e-bike. That's my old sensor. That's Haley's old sensor. That's Haley's dirt jumper. That's my dirt jumper. This is my other force. This is a force that I have been riding. As you'll notice, there is no shock. That's because I stole this shock and put it on that bike. You're probably wondering, hey, don't you have another force? I do. The story here is that didn't come into October. By the time I got it, our season had already ended. So I started building it up, but when it came in, it was also the same color as my force I was currently on, and it had the GT logo that I know a lot of people are going to make comments about, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I never finished building it up. So for this year, I got two bikes. I got the Sensor Short Travel, and I got a new force. That force was supposed to be for Haley, but when it came in, it was a red colorway, and I really, really liked it. So I opted to take that one, and we're giving Haley the blue force. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to finish building up that bike before I get to building up some of the other bikes.
All right, I know it looks like the bike's in more pieces, but it's actually closer to being ready to go. The only thing we're waiting on is a set of brake pads. I don't know where they went, so ordered up a set, and those will be in a few days.
All right, so we went and rode this bike, and as you heard, the headset is creaking a little bit.
I forgot I need to do my headset trick to prevent creaking.
I'll show you the headset trick that I was talking about in the video. All right, so this is the trick. We're gonna wrap this bearing with electrical tape. Now, something I wanna be clear with, electrical tape is not made equal. This is the stuff you get from Harbor Freight. It works great for most instances, but it's very thick. You want something thinner. So like this Scotch, which is like a 3M product, this stuff works really well. And just like that, we're done. So essentially what the electrical tape is doing is it's acting as an interface between the bearing and the headset cup. It does what grease usually does, but grease kind of moves around, it displaces because it's kind of like this like liquidy kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. And the electrical tape is a little bit more solid. It doesn't move around as easily, but it's still malleable enough that once you press it in there, it conforms to the shape of the cup, and it does a really good job damping any noise between the bearing and headset cup. In person, this noise is actually not that perceptible. However, where I have the GoPro mounted on my chin, plus the way that the GoPro amplifies high-pitched frequencies, the noise comes through on video so much more, and it's really annoying to you guys. And what's more annoying is the comments I get on the video, so I try to do my best to make sure my bike does not make any noise.
All right, and I think we can call the garage done. We got the sensors built up in the back. We got the forced aluminum built up, and all these bikes are ready to go. We got the new bike built up. I'll do a bike check on that in the future. And then we also have that one that will be doing a bike check on future as well. Over there, that's the Force that Haley will be riding soon. You can see that she's starting to put her colorway on it. I kind of wish I did that. But we've taken off the SRAM brakes because she doesn't like SRAM brakes, and I do. So she's removed the code RSCs, which I will be borrowing and putting on one of my bikes, and she's going to be putting on these TRP slates, which actually came off the red Force that I'm currently riding, and she likes these brakes a lot more than SRAM, so she's going to ride these.
All right, and I think that we can officially call this garage cleanup done, even though the garage is already in a mess again. But it's a lot more functional. We got things built up, we got things ready to sell, and yeah, I think with that being said, we can say that the mountain bike season, at least for us, has officially begun, and you'll be seeing a lot more from us in the near future. Peace!